The girl that rejected me in college came onto me at a party 2 years later, so I rejected her back and it destroyed her ego. Now all of her friends are attacking me. I spent most of my childhood and early adulthood focused on education. I'm not naturally gifted, so I had to focus and work hard as my parents encouraged me to. Things finally slowed down later during college and I found myself being more social. There was a girl, Nat, in my social circle whom I liked, so I asked her out. She laughed when I did, but she said it was just so unexpected and that's why she laughed. Still, it kinda stung my chest. She declined and said she wasn't dating at the moment. Spoiler alert, she was definitely dating, just not me. Regardless of the hurt from the rejection, I moved on and I got a good job out of my hometown, partly based on my good school performance and connections through internship. Two of the guys from work in their 30s, let's call them Tony and Steve, hung out with me a lot and got me to come out of my shell more. They told me to start coming to the gym with them because they were tired of seeing me looking like a twig. I had a lot of fun and improved my body drastically, and whenever we would go out, Tony and Steve would be really good wingmen and got me out of my shell. I'm still a bit awkward, but much more comfortable in social situations now that I've got some experience. This happened over the course of 2 years. I wound up asking my job to work remotely to be closer to my family and got approved as long as I travel back to the office quarterly for important meetings and stuff. So now I'm back home again. A few weeks ago I went to the grocery store and I ran into Nat, the girl that rejected me in college. Turns out she's raising a kid on her own now and generally doing well for herself. We ran into each other again at a mutual friend's party later. This is when she asked when I was going to ask her out again. I said the thought hadn't really crossed my mind and she seemed offended. I said I'm not interested and thought that was that. I did kinda remove myself from the conversation quickly after that. Well, apparently that wasn't okay to do. Nat came and found me again and demanded to know why I'm not interested in her because, you were interested 2 years ago. I told her that was 2 whole years ago and she lied when she rejected me, so I haven't thought of her in that way ever since. She said a normal person would be over that and then said it's because she's a single mom, isn't it? I mean honestly, I have no interest in dating single mothers because I'm literally just now dating around. I don't want to have to deal with all the stuff that comes with a situation like that. But more to the point, I'm not attracted to Nat anymore. I just simply don't see her that way. Am I crazy here? Like why are her friends blowing me up because I don't want to date her? Tony and Steve are telling me that I don't owe her anything, but some of my friends at home are telling me to at least give her a shot. I haven't really talked to my parents about it, but my younger brother is saying I should try and my older sister is telling me to trust my gut. I just don't understand why or how this has to be such a big deal. Update 1. I spoke with my sister last night about what to do. I don't like the chaos of this situation, it's a lot of anxiety and I feel the need to resolve it. That end, after much consideration and my sister's agreement, I reached out to Nat this morning and asked her if she would meet me for coffee tonight. I made it clear that this is not a date and it's just 2 friends trying to come to terms with each other, because I don't like all the messages and comments from her friends. Nat accepted pretty quickly and said she'd like to clear the air about some things. The fact that she apologized for any craziness does give me some hope that our talk later will be productive. Update 2. I met Nat for coffee at a local coffee shop last night. She showed up late, after I did, and said it was because of some childcare stuff she had to take care of. It turned out that her son's father is very much present in their lives, but just as a co-parent. The reason she is single is because co-parents are really all they can be together. They did not work well as a couple at all, but from Nat's own admission, her son's father is a very good dad. I said to Nat that these last couple weeks were very stressful for me because of her friends contacting me about her and that I'm sorry that she was offended or hurt by my saying no, but I'm not sorry for saying no. Nat stopped me and apologized herself. She said she didn't intend for any of that to happen, she just has some very loyal and passionate friends. She also said sorry for how she behaved at the party and gave me some very helpful context. Nat had just recently started dating again, and has not been having much luck. She expected as much, but she didn't expect people to be so uncaring about it. The last guy she met was quite cruel about her being used goods and harshly rejected her specifically for being a single mom. So that was fresh in her mind. Nat said she saw me and was attracted to me not just physically, but that I was less socially awkward and could hold somewhat of a decent conversation now, so she was attracted to my growth. She said she remembered that I was smart and caring, but I was very socially awkward when I had first asked her out. Nat was adamant that she did not mean to laugh. She was genuinely just surprised because she never suspected that I even thought of her that way to begin with. I do believe her on this front. It turned out that she was trying to flirt with me at the party, and when I rejected her, the negative emotions she had from the last rejection just took over and she reacted poorly. She said she complained to her friends and they took it upon themselves to try to grease the wheels. To Nat's credit, the messages have stopped since yesterday after I first reached out to her and explained why I wanted to meet. In retrospect, I think I may have overreacted too. I believe this because looking at some of the messages from her friends more objectively, it looks like they were just advocating for us to be together rather than attacking me for saying no, if that makes sense. No, we're still not dating and we're both okay with that. Though we did agree that if the opportunity presents itself down the line and the timing is right, one or both of us may gently try approaching the idea again.